Hello all, welcome to your schemes. I'm Ilakya. I hope you are all doing well. Firstly, I would like to thank everyone for your support to this channel. Today in this video, we are going to see top 10 mutual funds which give highest returns. For these top 10 funds, we will first see some key information and then we will see trailing and rolling returns. This video is for information purpose only. Mutual funds are subject to market risk. The return shown in this list doesn't guarantee future returns. Please consult your financial advisor before investing. First on the list with highest returns is ICICI Prudential Commodities Fund. The fund size of this scheme is 1,325 crores. The current NAV is rupees 33.14. Expense ratio of this fund is 1%. It gave a 3-year return of 45.09% and the rolling return of this fund is 44%. Rolling returns are best measure of consistency and it shows how much you will be getting if you invest in any 3 years. Minimum SIP investment amount under this scheme is rupees 100 and minimum lump sum investment amount is rupees 5000. Next we have Nippon India Small Cap Fund. The fund size of this scheme is rupees 37,374 crore. The latest NAV is rupees 137.22. Expense ratio of this fund is 0.71%. It gave a 3-year return of 45.79%. The rolling return of this fund is 35.04%. Minimum SIP investment amount is rupees 100. Let's move on to PGIM India Mid Cap Opportunities Fund. The fund size of this scheme is 9,342 crores. The current NAV is rupees 55.41. Expense ratio is 0.41%. It gave a 3-year return of 31.0%. If you invest in any 3 years, you can expect a return of 14.4%. Minimum SIP investment amount under this scheme is rupees 1000 and for lump sum minimum investment is rupees 5000. Let's move on to Quant Flexi Cap Fund. The AUM of this scheme is rupees 2109 crores. Latest NAV is rupees 78.21. Expense ratio of this fund is 0.77%. It gave a 3-year return of 34.27% and the rolling return of this fund is 18.5%. Minimum SIP investment amount rupees 1000. Minimum lump sum investment amount is rupees 5000. Let's move on to Bandhan Emerging Businesses Fund. The fund size of this scheme is rupees 2161 crores. The current NAV is rupees 30.55 and the expense ratio is 0.53%. It gave a 3-year return of 34.3% and the rolling return of this fund is 34.7%. Minimum SIP investment amount is rupees 100. Minimum lump sum investment amount is rupees 5000. Next on the list is Quant Small Cap Fund. The AUM of this scheme is rupees 9089 crores. Current NAV is rupees 197.58. Expense ratio 0.77%. It gave a 3-year return of 47.22%. The rolling return of this fund is 9.3%. Minimum SIP investment amount is rupees 1000. Minimum lump sum investment amount is rupees 5000. Next on the list is Tata Small Cap Fund. The AUM of this scheme is rupees 6135 crores and the current NAV is rupees 32.65. Expense ratio 0.31%. It gave a 3-year return of 42.5%. The rolling return of this fund is 33.1%. Minimum SIP investment amount is rupees 150. We have Parag Parikh Flexi Cap Fund and the AUM of this scheme is rupees 42,785 crores. The current NAV is rupees 63.53. Expense ratio 0.66%. It gave a 3-year return of 23.32% and the rolling return of this scheme is 16.9%. Minimum SIP investment amount for this fund is rupees 1000. Minimum lump sum investment amount is also 1000. Next on the list is ICICI Prudential Technology Fund. The fund size of this scheme is 11,054 crores. The current NAV is 168.55. Expense ratio 0.89%. It gave a 3-year return of 22.34%. And if you invest in any 3 years, you can expect a return of 18.6%. Minimum SIP investment amount is rupees 100. Minimum lump sum investment amount is rupees 5,000. Next on the list is Bank of India Small Cap Fund. The fund size of this scheme is rupees 685 crores. The current NAV is rupees 37.9. Expense ratio 0.94%. 3-year return is 38.91%, and the rolling return of this fund is pretty good, which is 40%. The minimum SIP investment amount under this scheme is rupees 1000. Minimum lump sum investment amount is rupees 5000. From the list we see that the highest return, that is highest rolling and trailing return, is given by Nippon India Small Cap Fund, ICICI Prudential Commodities Fund and Bank of India Small Cap Fund. But for these funds, the expense ratio is very high. If you want to go for funds with lowest expense ratios and with best returns, you can go for Tata Small Cap Fund, which gave a return of 42.5% and rolling return of 33.1%, which is pretty good, with the lowest expense ratio of 0.31%. Next is Bandhan Emerging Businesses Fund, for which the expense ratio is only 0.53%. The returns are also pretty good. 3-year return is 34.3% and rolling return is almost the same, 34.7%. If you feel this video was informative, then please hit the like button and share it with your friends. It means a lot. And for more similar videos, please subscribe to Your Schemes. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.